many years ago, 45 years ago, by curious chance, one of my forebears, hard as you will find it to believe, when I was a very little boy. Let's start in the year this happened. That is a family story. But before I get to that...
Yes.
I recognise this. It's one of my favourites. It's the Sex Pistols.
Yes.
And once in the 1980s, I met... It's true, I met Johnny Rotten.
Did you?
At the Midland Hotel, Manchester. I went up to him and I said, "Oh, Mr. Rotten, I'm so delighted to meet you." And he said to me, "F off."
There's literally nothing I could say to you. You wouldn't have an anecdote. Let's hear your proposals for making pie-eating competitions a bit more PC.
I went to an extraordinary pie-eating event.
Oh, yes.
True story, 45 years ago. I was just down from university and I was invited by a man called the Earl of Longford, Lord Longford. You may remember him. He was
I do remember him.
Social reformer, prison reformer.
Yeah, prison reformer.
He was a good man. And 45 years ago, he launched a crusade against the scourge of pornography in our society. And he formed a committee called the Pornography Committee. I genuinely became the youngest member of this committee. Yeah, no, I seriously, I still have the raincoat I bought at the time. It wasn't just me and Lord Longford on this committee. There was a bishop, an archbishop, a rabbi.
I think I know this. You walked into a pub.
No. We did better than that. We went into a club in Copenhagen. We went, the bishop, the archbishop, the rabbi, myself, we all went on an aeroplane and we came to this club where they were offering us a special pie. True story. And we sat around the edge of this pie. And when the crust was removed, you wouldn't believe it. There they were, naked people.
Are we all allowed to tell our sex dreams?
This is fact. I've still got the photographs.
And you,
The
there's
point
an enormous
is-
pie.
Yes. Is there a point?
They're not much of a point.
No.
You know, we're all stronger than we realise. I learnt this when I was a very little boy, because I was born in Germany after the Second World War, the late 1940s. Not a lot of work for the circuses. And my parents engaged a couple to look after me as a sort of nanny and governess. And they were strong people from the local circus. So almost the first things I learnt were to walk the tightrope, and to stand on my head, and to be a strong baby. We can all do this experiment now. Put your hand on your head.
OK.
Like this.
Oh, I've got to find my head.
Now, with your other hand, attempt to lift your arm off your head. From underneath, just push it aside. Please do this at home if you're watching. You can't do it, can you?
No.
You really cannot do it. The strongest person in the world, that strong woman, could not lift my hand from my head. It's all done with mechanics. They're not particularly strong at all. That's the trick I learnt when I was 2, and I'm pleased after all these years to be able to share it with you now.
Someone told you that when you were 2?
Yes.
And you remembered it?
Yes.
How?
I've treasured it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Never asked Gyles a follow-up question. Sand Winner actually got her name. Her real name was Katie Brumbach. She got it from the very first male professional.
Oh, Eugene Sandow.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
There he is. Look at that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a use of blue tack.
Hang on, are we just... How did you know that?
Because he was my great-uncle's godfather. Not frankly that he didn't come to the christening, I'm sure you dressed like that.
Gyles, I've wanted to ask you this for a long time, and I want you to give me a straight answer. Are you quite literally Forrest Gump?
There was a member of Parliament, you may have met him, called Sir Nicholas Fairbairn.
Oh, indeed.
Do you remember him?
Yes.
And he, towards the end of his life, really was drinking far too much. And there wasn't much of a majority when I was a member of Parliament, and we in the Whip's office had to get Sir Nicholas Fairbairn to vote. And he wasn't capable of walking through the lobbies. So 2 whips were assigned to stand either... We lifted him up off the bench, and we held him either by the elbows, and we walked him 6 inches off the ground, through the verging lobbers, one of us behind, knocking his legs so they looked as if they were...
Oh, my God.
And he was tired and emotional.
He was very tired and very emotional. I only served 1 term. By the end of my first term, I knew I had contempt for my constituents. It just... It simply came as a bit of a shock to find the feeling was entirely mutual. And it did not help that my darling wife put our house in the constituency up for sale during the election campaign.
Oh.
Yeah. I have eaten a pie that contained a human...
Was it in Copenhagen 45 years ago?
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just before last Christmas in India. I was researching a book that I've been writing called Have You Eaten Grandma? A book about punctuation, as you can imagine. And I discovered that there is a tribe in India that likes to eat its grandparents. And the United Nations has banned cannibalism. It's not allowed anymore in the world, with the exemption of this tribe in a part of India. And these people believe that they should consume their grandparents, literally, in order that the spirit of their grandparents should come to them. When the person dies, the grandparent dies, what they do is they feed it to fish. And then when it's been eaten by the fish, they put the fish in the pie, and then you eat your grandparents in the pie. So I have eaten human fish pie.
Well, if only there were points for that.
My favourite bit is I still got the raincoat I bought at the time. It's going to make me laugh for years.
But in truth, my wife has sewn up the pockets. I was hosting the British Funeral Directors Awards recently.
We've got to get you a new engine, dude.
It was quite quiet initially. It took place
with that.
at the end of the day. They'd had their trade show in the same venue, and so around the edges of the room there were coffins, caskets, people looking not unlike this fellow, sort of sitting up in them.
Were you picking a new home? Because he's old and he'll be dead soon. I'm sorry if
Can I tell you something, Jimmy? I don't think you realise how this is getting to me, because this very morning, I received a letter through the post inviting me to be the new face of the Stanner Stairlift. The worst thing about this is...
We're in a bank, Gyles.
The worst thing about this is my wife said, I think we should consider this. Then, this is a true story. This is a true story. I have then phoned them up. And I said, have you thought of Nigel Havers? It turned out they had. I was about 17th on the list. I'm afraid this is not the first invitation of its kind I've received. Because I also, this is maybe how they got hold of my name, I was considered for being the new figure stretched out on the floor, reaching for the alarm.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
That one. But June Whitfield has got that gig at the moment. But I have had this brilliant idea, which I've now begun to discuss with them. Because my problem is that I go upstairs and I can't remember why I've gone upstairs.
Yes.
So my idea is this. I attach to the arm of the stairlift an old-fashioned tape recorder. I sit in the chair, I press the 2 buttons, I tell myself why I am going upstairs.
It's like the worst Beckett play ever.
The tape, years later, it handed down the generation with all the reasons why Uncle Gyles went up the stairs for 10 years. For a shift.
Never events you may not wish to attend include Charles Brendreth addressing funeral directors. What's the best way to win a non-stop speaking competition?
Oh, look.
Oh, look, there you
There's
are.
a picture of me in younger and happier days, making the longest speech in the history of the world. I spoke on that occasion only for about 3.5 hours.
Oh.
I then broke the record again, speaking for 7 hours, then for 8 hours, then for 11 hours. I shared that record with Nicholas Parsons, and eventually I retired when I'd spoken non-stop for 12.5 hours.
Did you actually make notes, or do you just...
No, you had to do it without notes, without repetition, and keeping the audience there. That was the challenge. And also staying there through the night. And
Did you have a wee, darling?
That's the whole problem. I knew I'd need to go to the loo. But this was for a charity, and they supplied me with an appliance that you strap around you. It's given to field marshals.
And babies.
No, it's a full size. For field marshals on cold parade grounds, old men. It's a sort of tube thing.
Isn't that uncomfy?
Well, initially, but it's quite exciting, actually, as the evening wears on.
Do you know, it's really funny. They said, see if Gyles can be persuaded to reminisce. And you were. Well, non-stop competitive speaking is a sort of lesser-known sibling of the dance marathon craze. There was a thing in 1928 called the Noun and Verb Rodeo, and it took 4 days. And you could say whatever you wanted as long as you spoke for 22.5 hours a day. Could you do that, do you think?
Yeah, certainly.
Don't start, I mean...
But wouldn't that be exciting? We could do it here and break a record and do something useful for a change.
But repetition was allowed. There was one woman who repeatedly recited the part of Lady M until she passed out. Another competitor used his words to propose to a fellow player who used her time to explain why she wasn't interested.
Can I make a little supplementary point here?
I'd love you to do that.
Because I happen to know quite a bit about the Gerber or Gerber family, for reasons I can go into.
Oh, hello.
But
is it Gerber or Gerber?
It is Gerber.
Gerber.
What's interesting about the tins, the cans, is one of the reasons they didn't go down at all well in Africa is that a lot of people in Africa are black. And on the... Oh, I know, I'm just breaking you in gently.
That is quite interesting.
And on the... Good. Yeah. And picture these cans. We're selling baby food to people in Africa. First thing is the people think what's inside is going to be children. And secondly, those that think it is for children think, well, this does not look very like any of the children I know because it is a perfectly charming white child from Texas.
Right.
And I can tell you for a further point who the white child was.
Oh, please do. A Gerber?
No, she was not. She was called Anne Turner Cook. The photograph was taken in 1931. And up until the end of the Second World War, was the most prolific romantic novelist working in the United States of America.
I'm sorry, that's 10 points. That's 10 points. That's fantastic.
My great-great-grandfather, who was a man called Dr. Benjamin Brandreth, was a friend of the original Dr. Gerber. They were pioneers of advertising in the United States of America.
Right.
And so, unfortunately, I do know a lot about this. The firm originally was not in food at all. They were in the business of tanning. And unfortunately, tanning just fell from favor. Some years ago, I went to spend Christmas with Sheikh. And I have to say, I did like the white Rolls-Royce that was waiting when I got off the aeroplane. And he said, I've got something for you as a Christmas present. I thought maybe it'll be the white Rolls-Royce. It wasn't. It was a little parcel, smaller than this. And he said, your wife will love these. I thought, oh, pearls, diamonds. No. I got into the white Rolls-Royce and opened the present. And inside the parcel was a book of Sheikh Yamani's love poetry, translated into very poor English by the head of his army.
That's why you want a military man doing poetry. That's what used in the French Revolution. Yes, you met the man who invented... I remember it well. I was in Paris.
He told me to fuck off.
I do have a personal interest in the subject as it happens.
Oh, why is that, my
But
darling?
before I get to that,
Yes.
let me tell you what little I know about the guillotine.
The guillotine.
Le guillotine.
Yes.
Do we get bonus points for this information, or am I just wasting time? My recollection
Yes.
is...
Yes.
My
But we're going back a bit. It's the French Revolution.
It's the French Revolution. It's the French Revolution. But when I was at university, one of my subjects was the French Revolution.
Oh, right.
And as I remember, the
Yes.
guillotine was named after a man called Guillotine, and he wanted a nicer way of killing the enemies of the revolution.
Right.
And so he was actually meaning it in a kind way.
Yeah.
So I think that's who Guillotine was.
Yeah.
But I know it went on for years and years and years, because in 1977, I went to Paris for the last use of the guillotine.
And this is
amazing.
your personal interest?
I was a campaigner against capital punishment. I went with a group, because
Yeah.
we couldn't believe it, to protest.
Right.
This was still going on.
I know. Well, did you have
Incredibly.
T-shirts that said "Quit while you're ahead"?
Can I say, I was at university in the 1960s, so this is a long time ago, but in 1968, obviously, I was in Paris trying to foment, in my pre-punk period,
Yes.
the revolution in France at the time.
When I was at university, I was simply trying to get laid. I'll be very honest.
I was going to say that I've actually lived in a Pantisocracy.
Have you?
And it's hell. When I was about 17, a master from our school...
Where's this going?
He was subsequently arrested, but that is a different story. This master invited some of us to go on holiday to Devon. And he said, we are going to be Pantisocrats. And the idea was, we went to a village where Coleridge, the poet, had been on holiday. And he told us that Coleridge and a friend of his, I think Southey...
Robert Southey.
They had invented this idea of a society where everybody was equal.
Yeah.
And on this holiday, all 8 of us and this one teacher lived this life of being equals. And we all had to be different romantic poets. I ended up as Byron. It was a ghastly, ghastly experience. And it put me off equality forever.
We went to Faliraki. It was awesome.
The idea was we were all asked to be different poets, and the fellow who chose to be Southey told us the story of the 3 bears. I had chosen to be Byron. Not Lord Byron, but his cousin, H.J. Byron, Henry James Byron, the man, as you know, Sandy, who invented Widow Twankey for the pantomime Aladdin, and also created the character of Buttons. OK, you live and learn. And 3 weeks of this, somewhere in Devon, all pretending to be characters. It was hell. It was sheer hell.
3 weeks?
Yeah, the master, of course, was on Coleridge and took it seriously, which meant taking opium. He was a druggie.
Did you at any stage in the 3 weeks stop talking?
I, for one, would have liked to have seen you give your twanky.
No.
But to live, to method act, the creator of Widow Twankey for 3 weeks.
But also, isn't it appalling that this great man, H.J. Byron, is
Yes.
virtually unknown? He was the first cousin of Lord Byron. Nobody is reading Byron anymore. Byron Schbyron. But every Christmas we go, we cheer at Buttons, Widow Twankey, we love her. Nobody even knows that this man exists.
How did he write just those characters?
He wrote the whole show, but I'm cutting to the chase because I don't want to take up too much of
No.
your time.
I desperately want to know whether you chose H.J. Byron or whether he was imposed upon you.
Just one tiny second, Gyles. Do not ask him any supplementary questions.
What were you thinking?
What is wrong with you?
I so recognise the way your mind works, because that's exactly what I would have done. Just like the time I went to audition for Jonathan Creek, and just as I was going in the door, I thought, oh, hang on, it'd be brilliant if she was Spanish.
This, seriously, is how I became really interested in this subject of the guillotine and executions, because my forebear, Jeremiah Brandreth, was a revolutionary and the last person to be beheaded in this country for treason.
I think we have a picture, actually, of Jeremiah.
There he is.
Part of the Pendrick Martyrs.
1817. He was a revolutionary. He began as a Luddite. He realised that the Industrial Revolution was going to make people lose their jobs. He was determined to overthrow the government of the day. And anyway, he led this revolution up in Derbyshire. He was known as the Nottingham Captain and was arrested, put on trial, and was not just hanged, but he was then beheaded because he was a traitor.
Because they wanted to show the head. I mean, I think he was already dead by the time he was beheaded. Now, we were trying to see the family likeness in this, so we've done a little bit of photoshopping just to see how that would look. So there you are.
Uncanny.
Uncanny. I do think, darling, if you were ever beheaded, just as they lifted the head up, you'd be going, I've got one more story.
You know, the head can live on for another 15 seconds.
What do you remember about pie from school?
I remember that the person who came up with the word pi, the Greek letter pi, for this phenomenon, was a Welsh person. I know this because he's a kinsman of mine. He dates, when he did this, was 1707. He was known as William Jones. I'm Anglo-Welsh myself, come from a long Anglo-Welsh heritage.
Well, let's go back through the whole thing, yeah?
Anyway, this man, William Jones, known as Jones the Pie, he...
I like everything about your story except it was 1706.
He's got it to within a decimal point.
Yeah, it's not. Now, here's another kind of revolution. Why doesn't your house have revolving doors? Yes, my darling Gyles.
My house does have a revolving door. It always has. It's a family house. It's a tradition.
Yes.
Because one of my forebears invented the revolving door.
I happen to know who invented the revolving door.
Theophilus
Van Cannel. Is that...
Who married the daughter of my great-great-great-grandfather, a man called Dr. Benjamin Brandreth, who invented Brandreth's pills, was a pioneer of medicine and advertising in 19th century
It's not so much
America.
a family tree as a family fucking forest.
You're related to Theophilus Van Cannel.
Of course he is.
Dr. Brandreth had 13 children, including 10 daughters.
Yeah.
And he was hugely wealthy, and he married them off very well. He also was a friend of P.T. Barnum, who was a friend of this man who invented the revolving door. So at home, the point is, we love it. It's been so useful recently. You know, when we want to self-isolate, we can have 3 of the family actually in the door.
1915, there was a British submarine which fought and lost a battle with Turkish cavalry.
What?
Yeah. So, British Captain Lieutenant Commander Martin Dunbar Naismith... Not your godfather.
The Dunbar Naismith.
Now, you're going to think I'm inventing this.
I'm afraid that submarine might have sailed, Gyles.
This man was born on the 1st of April, 1883. He won the Victoria Cross.
Yes.
And I know about him because I live in the house in which this man was born. It's true. It's absolutely true. And anyway, he was a great man. And he had many adventures in submarines. He was heroic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he was extraordinary, but he, on one occasion, in 1915, he was attacking shipping outside Constantinople harbour, and the Turkish cavalry unit appeared on a cliff nearby. They spotted the sub and started attacking and started firing, and the submarine had to retreat. So he was beaten back by the Turkish cavalry. But he, horseman aside, he was an exceptional captain. At one point, the crew, and this is such a good idea, captured a Turkish sailing vessel, a dhow, and they tied it to the sub's conning tower to act as camouflage. And so when they were approaching enemy vessels, people thought that was just a Turkish dhow approaching. And then they worked out that when they weren't attacking people, they could use the captured boat, which was attached to the conning tower, to go up and stretch their legs.
My God.
But he also had apart from resourcefulness, Naismith had a tremendous reputation for gallantry. So he always used to present boxes of chocolates to any women travelling as passengers on Turkish ships that they'd captured. He just thought that was polite to do that.
I feel like we've really breezed past the fact that this whole show has turned into, like, a posh, white version of Slumdog Millionaire. Like...
There's the film they should have made.
Yeah, a film called Posh White Millionaire.
I've been once, I've only once played roulette, and in extraordinary circumstance. It was quite recently. My wife and I went for a wedding anniversary to Barbados. We were on the beach, sun was setting, wonderful golden sand, and this little old wizened lady came teetering along the beach towards us, and it wasn't until she got to about here that we realised it was actually Mick Jagger. This is a true story. And it turned out he was a really enthusiastic viewer of Countdown. So he knew who I was. And I obviously knew who he was, and my wife was quite excited. So anyway, we went off for the evening, and we went to a casino with Mick Jagger. And he very sweetly gave us the chips. And of course, we lost, but it didn't seem to bother him, which was fantastic.
That's amazing.
Lovely.
Are some of my other records on your list?
No, darling, what are your other records?
Oh, well.
Oh, I can't believe I asked you that.
The longest ever screen kiss?
You?
Me?
Were you alone?
The record was held for many years
Yes.
by Regis Toomey and Jane Wyman, the first wife of Ronald Reagan.
Yes, indeed.
In a film called You're in the Army Now in the 1940s, they had an osculatory marathon that lasted about 2.5 minutes. And I thought it'd be rather fun to see if I could beat this on screen and be in the Guinness Book of Records again for the longest sustained screen kiss. And this is in the 1980s, and I was on a programme called TVAM with a lovely presenter, Anne Diamond. And she agreed on Valentine's Day to give it a go. And so we began kissing, the clock was ticking, but these were the early days of TVAM, and we had a mission to explain, and unfortunately, about 2 minutes into our kiss, we had to go live to Moscow for coverage of President Brezhnev's funeral.
You killed Brezhnev.
And it felt inappropriate. They wanted to put the picture in the corner of the screen.
Yes.
But actually, as Madame Brezhnev was weeping and the body was being put into the... They felt this was inappropriate. Anyway, so we did not break the record on that occasion. But a year later, I thought I'm going to do it again. So here we are on Valentine's Day, and there is the lovely Cheryl Baker from Bucks Fizz.
I remember.
Well, she's still lovely. She's still brilliant.
Anne said no.
Anne said 2 minutes was enough.
Anne said, how's the Russian president before we start?
Anyway, the long and the short of it is I've held the record for the longest ever screen kiss with Cheryl Baker.
And...
Thank you. Thank you. What comes to me unbidden is just as the film, the movie, is coming to its climax, I do need to go to the toilet. This happens every film I go to,
Yeah.
but I've solved this problem.
OK.
Because being of riper years, I found there's a whole new income stream for me doing work for people of riper years. And this is for real.
Yeah.
Hard as you will find it to believe, I am now the voiceover of one of the most successful afternoon commercials on British television. I am now the voice of the Tenaflex Plus Super Soft Incontinence Pad. And the email to my
Yes.
agent said his tones are exactly what we require: smooth, emollient, absorbent. The joy of this is
Yes.
that you get free samples. So I'm going to be able to sit here however long the recording lasts.
Well, it's good to know, darling. What's so un-British about a roundabout? Yes, darling.
It's French.
Yes.
Ah.
You will
French.
not be surprised to know that is a family story.
Yes, Charles.
One of my forebears was married to the Emperor Napoleon III of France. Okay? The Emperor Napoleon III of France, in exile, lived in Southport. And this is true. And when he got back to Paris, when he was restored to become the head of, become Napoleon III again, he decided that Paris needed to be redesigned and chose a man called Haussmann to do it.
Yes, from whom we get Boulevard Haussmann and all those wonderful boulevards in Paris.
And he said, the design I would like is I've been in England in a place called Southport, and I would like it to look like Southport with these wide boulevards and these big circles. And that is why Paris looks like Southport.
Yes, but the actual roundabout was the invention of a French town planner who was called Eugénie Hénard at the turn of the 20th century.
Haussmann had lots of people working for him, and...
Sorry, earlier, before the start of the show, Gyles told me that my key card for my dressing room would also work on the tube. Is that true?
Some years ago, I spent a couple of years inside a costume.
Are you going to tell us about it?
Oh my God, are you the Stig?
Ethan, Gyles is going to tell a story. Could you bring me a cup of... Thanks, darling. So let's just start from the beginning. You toured the country.
Let's start in the year this happened.
Okay,
1971, I was in a publisher's office, and he said, we are publishing this year a novel by Snoopy called It Was a Dark and Stormy Night. And I said, is Snoopy coming to the country? And they said, well, Snoopy, it's a character, cartoon character. I said, I could help you. I could be Snoopy. And I was engaged to play the part of Snoopy and come on a tour of the United Kingdom, an author tour. And they gave me this wonderful costume where you could see only through the gauze and the neck. The head was up there. It was so big, I couldn't find a London taxi I could get into. I had to walk to the venue. Anyway, the long and the short of it is we launched this at the Playboy Club in Park Lane. Ooh. So we had Playboy bunnies, me as Snoopy, launching this book and this tour. Unfortunately, we did not know that Charles Schulz, who created Snoopy, was a born-again Christian. And... when the cuttings of this event reached him, I was banned from wearing the Snoopy costume for life.
So what did you do then?
I had to diversify.
Yes.
Because...
I knew there'd be more.
He was Scabby the Rat for 4 years.
Actually, only just the beginning, because during this...
So what other animals did you do?
Well, the next thing I did was a dinosaur. Funny enough, we mentioned dinosaurs.
Yes.
I led dinosaur parades throughout the United Kingdom.
Well,
did they have the belly buttons on the costume?
This is why I was convinced they didn't, because mine was smooth.
OK, can I just say that our wonderful elves have been fantastically quick, and I think we have a picture of you. There we go.
This is me, back in the early 1970s. There is the person modelling it.
OK, they have found another photo. Hang on a second, let's have it. I was in Sainsbury's about 5 years ago, and there was a man dressed as a twiglet.
Where did you get the twiglet costume from, Gyles?
You do feel an extraordinary freedom, though, inside the suit. You can do things that you wouldn't normally do as yourself.
Even in the privacy of the suit.
There you have it. Gyles Brandreth used to be a dinosaur. Please insert your own joke here. What's the pizza-litically correct procedure for eating a piece of pizza? What is it?
Many years ago, I was a friend of and knew Fanny Craddock.
Oh, dear Fanny.
The younger people won't know who she was. She was a television chef, a sort of interesting cross between Mary Berry and Jeremy Clarkson. A wonderful woman. And she taught me and my wife how to make pizza, proper Neapolitan pizza, and she explained to us, A, that you cut it up, but then you don't use knife and fork to eat it. You have to eat it by hand.
Yes.
And you have to feed one another.
Yeah. The fact is, you can eat pizza any way you please, but there are certain thoughts and some advice about how to do it.
It's a fold, isn't it?
It's a fold.
So the grease doesn't go everywhere.
Yeah, so what you end up with is a sort of triangular package with all the toppings inside. They don't slip off.
That looks exactly like Fanny's. This will excite you.
OK, I'm ready to be excited. Go.
Because later, when we say goodnight, we'll shake hands, and when you're shaking my hand, you'll be shaking the hand that shook the hand that held the paw of Winnie the Pooh.
That's a tenuous connection there.
We've all got different nicknames for it.
So you're going to... Chris is going to shake the hand.
Many years ago, I became a friend of Christopher Robin Milne, born in 1920. I knew him when he was in his 60s. He was a bookseller, a delightful person. He'd had a troubled childhood because he didn't like being the boy in the stories. In fact, accused his father of building his reputation by standing on a small boy's shoulders. But I was a friend of his. So later, when we shake hands, you will be shaking the hand that shook the hand that held the paw of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I think that's lovely. I love that. Now, this leads me on to your connection to teddy bears, because you have a teddy bear museum, is that right?
I do. My wife and I founded a teddy bear museum many years ago, and our bears, we now have more than 1,000 of them, and they live in this rather beautiful house called Newby Hall.
Pudsey and Pudsey. Is it Pudsey the bear?
Yes, there's Pudsey Bear there.
Paddington.
Paddington. That's the original Paddington that appeared on television in the 1970s when Michael Hordern did the voice. And that is the original Fozzie Bear.
I love Fozzie Bear.
Oh, my God.
That Fozzie Bear...
He's my comedy. Oh, my God.
That Fozzie Bear was given to me personally by Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets. And as a Christmas treat for all of you, I have been to Newby Hall and I have brought the bear down to introduce the original Fozzie Bear to all of you.
Oh, it's so exciting.
He's here.
There he is.
Look, here he is.
He's genuinely one of the reasons I got into stand-up. Comedy hero. I was like, that's the best stand-up I know.
Essentially, how it works is you put your hand right up at the inside, you see, and you are underneath it like this.
Yeah.
So Frank Oz, who did the voice, would be down here, operating it from down here. That's how it works.
I visited the set for the Muppets in LA, and all of the professional puppeteers are like bin men in that they all have one really solid, good arm and one slightly weaker one that they have hanging here. And I went into Miss Piggy's dressing room, and all of her like stuff is genuine Chanel.
I got punched by Miss Piggy once.
Celebrity bust-up story.
I was interviewing the Muppets. They just released Treasure Island, the movie, and Frank Oz was there. Anyway, Miss Piggy found out I was Danish, and she didn't like what we did to bacon.
Frank Oz, I'm afraid, does not like me because he can't believe that Jim Henson would have given me the original.
Oh, OK.
And he wants it back in America.
Yeah.
Does he?
Anyway, the original Winnie the Pooh, belonging to Christopher Robin, is now in New York because his American agent gave the bear to the New York Public Library. So you want to see the original Winnie the Pooh, you have to go to the New York Public Library. So the most famous British bear is in New York, and the most famous American bear is here in the UK.
So would you swap?
I am ready to broker an exchange.
OK.
Do you know what, Gyles? This is a strong link of you negotiating on behalf of Britain with America.
I think it is. I think it's a movie eventually, don't you? And I have been told on good authority that having one leg doesn't hold you back. By curious chance, I walked back into the... I walked into the kitchen.
Yes.
And there was my wife sitting with two girlfriends who are of riper years, and these two women were talking about the best lover they'd ever known. And by curious chance, it turned out to be the same person. And since he's no longer alive, I can name him. His name was Al Capp. Does that name ring a bell?
Yes, he was a cartoonist.
He was indeed an American cartoonist who created Little Abner. And these two ladies had both had an affair with Al Capp. And they said he was undoubtedly the best lover either of them had ever had, because he was a uniped. He only had one leg.
Right.
And the ladies explained to me it's well known that a uniped makes the best lover in the world. All the blood that was in the other leg, apparently... I don't know if the elves have time to produce a picture.
Even if they've got
Viewers,
time,
please.
I'm not showing it. How does this happen, Giles? I've literally shown you one of the most exciting things from British history, and then we're
I take
one-legged
Nelson's knock.
cartoonist.
I take Nelson's knock
Yes.
and I raise my uniped lover.
OK.
And I ask you, what will they be remembering tomorrow morning?
Garrett. Thank you to Giles for all that.
That was fun, wasn't it? Thanks for watching. Do please subscribe to the QI YouTube channel. Yep, subscribe. And if you want more videos, press here.